I'm Rachel Chua, batch 2008. And I've lived in Tokyo, Japan ever since after I graduated from university. So it was from 2012 to 2015. I stayed there for 3 years. And after 3 years, I've moved to Shanghai, China, where I currently live now. And I've been living here for around 7 years. And yeah, so far, I'm still enjoying my time here in Shanghai. And now I will just start my PPT. So my PPT is not actually as good as the previous speakers, because mainly I put a lot of pictures for also to you to see more visual. And yeah, I hope so you can listen at the same time as well as looking at the pictures. So I'm just going to share my screen now. Share. Yeah, so see, even I'm just to check, can you see the PPT or the PDF that I've shared now? Okay, yeah, so as you can see, I've even missed the part wherein it should be the first page or the introduction. So just to be clear, like as a marketer, this is not usually how I make the PowerPoint presentation. So usually it should be more formal. Just now I put a lot of pictures. So most of the pictures actually are from my Facebook account, and the others that I couldn't find anymore, probably they were stuck in Friendster or in some USB. Of course, I think now you don't know Friendster anymore, but before, during my generation, during I was like teenager or in university, it was Friendster before Facebook. So most of my photos when I was younger were actually in Friendster, and probably I put it in some USB. So here I'll start first with my first career experience. It's actually in Tokyo, Japan. So as I've mentioned in the introduction, so after graduating from university, I was lucky to be invited by Fast Retailing Japan, or Uniqlo. So Uniqlo is actually under Fast Retailing. So Fast Retailing is a group of companies. It's more focused in fashion or retail. So it was a global management candidate program, which means that they invited different graduating students from different parts of the country. So I remember at that time, 2012, there was no Uniqlo yet in Philippines. And I think now there are already a lot of Uniqlo in the Philippines. So at that time they were expanding, and they've also asked the students from different countries to join. And in the Philippines, so I was in the 5th batch of the global management program. So at that time, they opened it to students from UP, Ateneo, and no, actually only UP and Ateneo. And at that time, on that year, 2012, they opened it to LaSalle as well. And I was lucky to be the first and only LaSallian to be accepted in this program. So looking at this picture, you will see that, yeah, I've met a lot of different people from different countries. And also, here you can also see on the top right corner, this is the batch from the Philippines, and one from India. So the batch from Philippines, so they are also from the other universities. So for this one, it was actually a rigorous process. So people may think that, oh, you're so lucky, you just got in and the opportunity was right. But actually for this one, we went through around a lot of steps, 9 interviews. And we went 1 week to Japan to do another set of interviews and a lot of assessment before they choose the participants. So which means that even if they sent us to Japan for 1 week, they still made the cutoff. So some were accepted and a lot were also not accepted. So yeah, so that was 2012 to 2015. I was in Tokyo, Japan. I will explain the others later. And then the next one. So now, Shanghai to China, so 2015 to present. So for this one, actually, I moved the industry. So before I was mainly in fashion or retail, and after I've met my husband now, I met my husband before in Tokyo and we moved to Shanghai, I've actually changed industry. So now I'm in the healthcare industry. So people may think, whoa, that's a big change. It's from fashion or retail to healthcare. I will also explain later what made me the big change for this one, but it's still in marketing. So here you can see I enjoy going out with a lot of different events. So one here is I was able to be on an event as well, assisting the NBA games here in the Shanghai, China. And the others are awards from magazines from Shanghai as well. And the others are just people from my team. So you can see that I work with also people from different background and also different age range. So it's like this. And then, yeah, the next one is about life, personally about my life. So my family, they're on the topmost, and you can see my husband there, and I have 2 cute dogs. So the 2 dogs are actually adopted. We adopted them in Shanghai. And yeah, on my leisure time, I want to do yoga, and the others are hanging out with my friends. So that is more about my life now. So I really enjoy more like a work-life balance. Now it's not focused too much on my career, also because sometimes your priorities will change over time, and that's okay. So now going back after a brief introduction of my chapters of my lives, I'm going to being a CKSCian. So I'm not sure if it's called CKSCian or Shekian or Chankanian, but I think like a CKSCian is safe, and you will see Go Fight Blue and White, because I was actually a big fan of our basketball or varsity team when I was in high school, especially with my dad. I usually watch with my dad, cousin, and my brother, who never almost miss any game of basketball. And I think Sir Jude will also know that. Yeah, so being a CKSCian. So what I like, or I am proud most about being a CKSCian. So first is the Chinese language advantage. So there are a lot of or other different Chinese schools in Manila, but I am really proud to be, and also I'm thankful that my parents sent me to Chiang Kai-shek College. Why? Because even when you go out there in the Filipino Chinese community, we are actually, Chiang Kai-shek College students are actually known to be good in Chinese. And look at the speaker a while ago, Mr. Raymond Ong too, how he also mentioned that he has never been to other countries or learned Chinese in other countries, but he has learned it in school, which is true. When you go out and talk to other Chinese Filipino students from other schools, you will realize that your intonation, your Chinese intonation is really good, and you can speak better Chinese compared to other Chinese Filipinos. That's what I actually noticed. They say that your Chinese Chiang Kai-shek College students' Chinese pronunciation and intonation are really good. And next one is we are famous to be good in math. I'm still saying we because I will always be part of Chiang Kai. So that's why I say we are good in math, Chinese, and extracurricular activities. So Chiang Kai-shek College is actually well known for its math, especially. So for me, I was in STAR section, and in STAR section before they always make a cut. So you are section 5 first year, but they cut some students to be able to go to section 5 again on the second year, and they cut again until 3rd year and 4th year. They stopped the cut, so the pressure was really high, and the math that we had at that time was really difficult. I remembered a lot of times wherein I cried a lot, like I was really crying, like just because of the, like when I think also not the pressure, but because I want to be good at it. And it's really good training that about the math. I mean, good math training that we have in our school, which I am really thankful until now. And for the Chinese, most of the Chinese teachers before, they don't really speak to you even in Hokkien. So I was like being like, okay, forced to speak Mandarin to Chinese teachers. And I was always wondering why they always reply back in Mandarin when I'm even already trying to talk to them in Filipino or in Tagalog or in Hokkien. But this one, you should actually take advantage of it, because it's only when you speak more or listen to Chinese or Mandarin more that you will be able to really learn. It's the same with English. I remember when the Miss Brenda Ong's class too, she always encouraged us to speak English. But for me at that time, I'm like saying, oh, it's not natural. Like I still want to speak English. But she was one of the teachers who actually make you feel that it's okay to make mistake, but you need to try. You just need to try to keep speaking English. So it's actually true for the language, and even for the math, you need to keep trying. Otherwise, it will not come to you naturally, or otherwise you will not improve And the same for the extracurricular activities. As mentioned in my introduction, I was part of the youth choir. So we do a lot of different performances in the school or outside school with the Chinese Filipino community. And actually for that too, Shanghai is also well known for being good in sports like the Buildlng basketball, for the choir, for Chinese dance, for folk dance, for cheerleading, or any other things. We are also well known for the extracurricular. I think just last year Olympics, we also had an alumnus from CKSC College who joined the Olympics, and I was even watching and like telling everyone like, oh my God, he's from CKSC College. He's an alumnus, and my sister knows her because he was, I think the alumnus Olympic was younger, so I didn't personally know her, but my sister know her, so it's a good connection. So that's why I'm saying that it is really good balance of academic and extracurricular that they provide in our school. And yeah, the next one is active in Chinese Filipino community, as I've mentioned, and the broad network and connection that the Chinese Filipino that you can have within the Chinese Filipino community just by saying that you are from CKSC, or just by saying that you're alumnus or you're studying at CKSC, they will know that. It's almost impossible to tell a Chinese Filipino you're from CKSC College and then they will not know. It's always, they know that. And of course, the opportunities and support system, like I mentioned, the support system from the teacher, some of the teachers, actually one of the teachers, Mr. Datuon, he even went to my wedding. So, and when I was having like some difficulties during my time in Japan, because in Japan, they really work long hours and work hard there, or workaholic, the work culture was really tough. So sometimes I even seek advice from Mr. Datuon at that time, like in other teachers that I had in the university or high school, just to get some advice. So it's the support system that is really, we are lucky to have. And the next one is the school name. As I mentioned, it's the name is Chinese, CKSC College. So not only inside in Philippines that it's actually well known. So when I went to Japan and then I went to China, because I tell them I studied Chinese or high school in CKSC College, they will immediately think that, oh, okay, so you speak Chinese or you have a Chinese background. So the name of the school already actually saved us from explaining a lot more that yeah, I learned Chinese and I can speak Chinese. So yeah, so this is about being CKSCian. And next I will show you some of the pictures before. So this was me in high school. So probably I was even younger than you all at that picture when I was graduating. So it was 2008. And the other parts are actually, yeah, my classmates. And until now, I'm really still in touch with them. They are really one of my close friends until now. So some of them have become doctor or good in finance, banker, or managing their own family business, but we still keep in touch. Even during the COVID times, I even seek advice about the COVID from the doctors. And this is the volleyball team. And then this one, I will actually show you that even when I graduated after university, so I graduated cum laude, and then you can see here at cksc.edu.ph, CKSC College, my alma mater, even supported by creating an article for me at that time, and I was really thankful for that. So you will really see the support system. So it's not like after you graduated, you forget about CKSC College. It's not like that. So it's still part of you. And that one, I think that was a wrong picture for the Chinese newspaper because that was for my aunt, but actually, Shanghai also printed a newspaper article when I graduated, after I graduated from university, which I think is really supportive of them to even like put an effort of printing about me on the newspaper. So yeah, you can see it's laminated. So next time when you should also do that, anything that you do in the future, you should save all the pictures or laminate them because in the future you will need them. Like perhaps next time if you do a career talk. Okay. So yeah, here you can see for the, what's that, singing as well. So in the Chinese Filipino community, there are a lot of activities happening. And of course, our school always have representatives. So this is, all of us are Shanghai from here on the right side of the picture, the one with the pink costume. So we were all from CKSC. And the other one is Chinese Filipino competition, singing competition. But of course, we also have a lot of good representatives from them. I mean, I'm not the best, but the others in the picture are actually from our school as well. So yeah, just to show you some. So now I'm giving some advice already to you. So first, you need to define success. So I think we are asked a lot of times, what do you want to become when you grow old, or when you grow up, what do you want to be? Like asked by your teacher or asked by your parents. So when I was a kid, even before high school, I always say, actually, even until high school, I just always say, I want to become successful. Like, then I remember one teacher from CKSC. I forgot which teacher, because I think I was asked a lot of times. So she said, I know you want to become successful because everyone wants to become successful. No one wants to become unsuccessful, you know, but then you need to define, what do you want to become successful at? Like in which industry, in which part of your life, what is success for you? So as early as now, you need to already define or identify what success means to you. So for example, I want to be the best. It's also the same. You want to be the best for what? You want to be the best in which aspect? So that's why you need to find, in order for you to help that, you need to find your key motivating factors and your priority. So for you, success, does it mean that earning more money, like earning a high salary, or having time, which means time, what time? Time to also do other stuff, time to still hang out with your family, time to travel, time for your own personal life. So if you have a work or a career that gives you time to travel or time to do the stuff that you like, then you are successful for yourself. Or the others are, okay, the salary may be lower and there are not much travel opportunities, or it's an office work, like you are not working in a lot of different events, meeting people, but the learning opportunities is really good, which means that in this job, will you be able to speak more Chinese, like use more of your Chinese skill? Like, for example, in my job now, when I moved to China, actually my Chinese was still okay, but not really good. But then in my current job, for some reason, when they got to know that I'm Chinese Filipino, they always speak to me in Mandarin. And at first I tried to tell them that, my Mandarin is not that good, so I prefer to speak in English. But my boss, I think she also wants to motivate me. So she just keeps talking to me in Chinese. And if I don't understand, she's gonna explain what it understands. But she constantly talked to me in Chinese for like 3 years. And now my Chinese improved. That's what I love about my work now. It's the learning opportunities as well is good. So yeah. So the others is like other benefits. So it can be, do you want to have a job that provides like a good, like a good health insurance or a good travel opportunity, or also some benefit that will provide for your parents, because some companies, they actually do provide other compensation that can benefit you or your family. So it's that one. You need to define what success for you, because success for everyone means different things. So that's the first thing that you need to do. And then the next one, yeah. So these I'm just gonna quickly show the photo. So this one, when I was in university, so for me, my definition of success is I want to get a lot of awards. So to get a lot of awards, I need to join a lot of different competitions. So I joined L'Oreal Brandstorm, I joined HSBC Entrepreneurs Award, and I studied hard because I want to get an award. Award means like the cum laude too is an award. I joined Colgate, Colgate Kumikitang Kabuhayan Livelihood Project. So I seek a lot of different opportunities, and you might think that, oh, it's, that you're lucky you're able to find this opportunity. How did I actually find these opportunities? I typed on Google, like competitions, when was that? 2011, or competitions 2012, competitions for senior students in university. I just typed the keywords, and fortunately the HSBC and the Colgate showed up, because for this one, even my school, DLSU, didn't know about this competition. So it's how you actually find your opportunities. You need to find it by yourself, or you need to ask from other people. So the next one, success for me at that time, I want to have recognition and the feeling of being chosen. So that's why I also joined in different business leader summit. So this one is from Aboitiz. The other one are leadership program from LaSalle, and this one is also from L'Oreal again. So that is the definition of success for me at that time. So I know which way and what action plan I need to do, or what actions I need to do. And I also want to lead and be surrounded by like-minded people. That's why I joined a lot of different organizations. You can see here, I joined Anglicom, is a Chinese Filipino community in the LaSalle, and the GEMA is a marketing organization, and the Unilever. So I joined Unilever leadership program. So just to gain a lot of experience. So like what Gregory said a while ago, you need to just do it. Just do it. Just find the opportunity. Don't think too much. If you didn't get accepted, it's okay. Apply for another one. And if you get accepted, then you're lucky. And next one, yeah. So put yourself out there. So put yourself out there means, to gain more experience. You cannot have a lot of experience, or you won't be able to try a lot of different new things if you just keep yourself in a bubble, or like if you keep yourself being shy. So why you need to put yourself out there? First, to gain experience, overcome your fear. Like before, I was shy. I don't like presentations. My English was not good. I was really scared every time I'm called upon to do to ask something or to read book, because my pronunciation was not good. So it's to overcome fear. You need to keep doing, practice more, because it's only with practice that you get better. And also it's also for you to form habit. And you need to go out there to do networking and make connections. So you might ask, okay, how do I do that? So first is you need to join extracurricular activities or organizations, be active in communities. So like communities, even online, it's okay. There are also some communities now, and you need to take up new hobbies. Before, I don't like reading book, but I noticed in high school that most of my classmates who were good in English, because for me, like I was okay in math. Like I like math, so I was okay in math. But then I don't like English, and I noticed that okay, most of the students or my classmates who were good in English at that time read books. So I was like, okay, I need to read more books. So that's where the hobby of reading book now come up. And volunteer or do part-time. So volunteer, yeah, you can also just do volunteer, like teaching English to small kids, or any other volunteer opportunities that you may have. So here, the example of put yourself out there. So here you will see it's in Japanese. So this was Uniqlo. So it was more like a model thing. So even though I wasn't a model, I still like when they asked who wants to, I don't know, be put in the blog, I just said like, oh, I want. So that was the first time I said I want. And then the good thing is saying yes to other people is that they give you more opportunities. That's why instead of just one, they gave me 3 opportunities to be on the blog of Uniqlo. It's not like an official advertisement, but it was still like in a big thing because it was part of the website of Uniqlo. So that's how you put yourself out there. You just say yes to once, and then another opportunity keep opening up. And then for this one, I'm going to share to you. So you might think, oh, what is this? It's only eating out. But this one, you can say there's written, I love Bon app, Zaku Zaku. So for this one, it's the same. Before I thought that, okay, I want to be a food blogger. So what I did was I kept taking picture and kept posting it. So I'm not really a food blogger, nor even a blogger. The same, because I told you before, I'm not confident in my English, nor I did take any photography lessons. But then I kept taking pictures of the food I eat. I post it online, I type it. And at first, of course, no one cares, but then people starting to care. And then you get to meet other people, and then they realize that, oh yeah, I know Rachel. She's the one who always posts review about restaurants or about food. And then in the end, you will see, look, I get invited by different, Bon app is a food platform, food blogging expat platform in the Shanghai. And Zaku Zaku is a brand in also Shanghai. And you will see that I get invited, and I even look like a professional blogger, even though I'm not. So it's sometimes the term fake it till you make it is true. So you just keep doing it, and then in the end, it will come natural. So just put yourself out there. And then this one too, I wasn't really good in sports or any physical activities, because in high school too, when I was part of choir, so I was exempted with the physical education or the physical fitness. So it was just recently when I started. So it's the same. I started working out. I started going to the gym, going to yoga, going to boxing, and I kept posting it again. Like, yeah, I'm being fit, and I kept doing it myself. And in the end, again, I got invited to other events. So here you will see New Balance invited me for their running event, and Lululemon for their boxing event. Danskin is a leggings brand for their ballet workout event. And then, yeah, these are the others wherein I got invited to. And then you will see in Instagram, this one in the middle is Boxing Meets Beauty. They also like reposted my posts just because I believe that, okay, I'll just keep doing it. And then the others also believe that you can do it. And then the opportunities start to come up. So it's how the opportunities come up. You need to put yourself out there. And now this one is also another part of my foodie adventure, because I kept posting and got invited to the foodie blogging. So Girl Gone International is an international community of women around the world. And because I kept attending events, I love to attend events. So in the end, after 3 years of attending their events and being interested with the food, I was chosen as the foodies and nightlife manager of Girl Gone International Shanghai chapter. So you will see as well that it doesn't, like, the opportunities or what we have now don't come immediately. You need to work for it. And how do you work for it? Just what I think Gregory said a while ago too, you need to have the kapal ng mukha, which is really working. So if you don't know anything, you need to ask. If you want to meet someone, go out there and make the connection. If you want to get advice, ask advice. And if you want to meet people, just go out there and meet people. So the people that you will meet actually are not always like nice or entertaining, or the people that you have the same interest with. So that's why you need to have a keep learning and keep growing mentality. So it's not only in school that you are learning. Until now, I'm still learning. Like, I learned from the previous speakers, and still now I'm still learning from the people around me. So there's always something that you or we, all of us can improve on. Like now I'm also learning French, like because my husband is French. So in the future, I'm thinking perhaps I need to learn French too. So in Japan, I also learned Japanese because I need it for my work. But and Chinese, even though I know how to speak Chinese now, I still keep actually learning Chinese. I have an app wherein I learn Chinese still every day. So communication skills, it's also the same. I still go out for networking and try to talk to people, meet people with different perspective, different age. I love talking to people younger than me or people older than me, because you can learn from them as well. So that's why I put that picture too. You can see I talk to even the kids there. So this is when I volunteered teaching English. So yeah, so how read books, hang out with other people, and always be more open-minded. And of course, the most important thing in life, even though you have successful career, or no matter how successful you think you are, don't forget those who helped you on the way. Sorry, the grammar is wrong. See, even the grammar here is wrong. Don't forget those who helped you on the way. So of course, I've never forgotten all of the lessons that I've learned from high school, all of my friends who helped me, my family who supported me, my teachers, my professors, my mentors, my coach. The thing here, why is it important? Because now we have gotten so busy in life, and there's always like, it's like we are focused a lot about ourselves. So I always want to do things. I want to be like this. I want to be like this. That some people think that the world revolves around yourself, but actually it's not. It doesn't work like that. And you will not get far if you don't stay humble. So that's why you always should always look, you should always not forget those people who's been there supporting you when you were just starting, or when you were like already successful. So yeah, and sorry it got too long, and I think I talked too much too. But anyway, if you have any questions, or if you want some advice, like other interview, like advice for how to find these opportunities, or just some basic questions, I have put my WeChat or Instagram or email address. Just note that sometimes I reply late, but I will always reply. So yeah, thank you very much again to everyone for listening and for inviting me for the speaker. So to be a speaker, yeah.